Hello, good evening, happy Wednesday. Sorry for the little technical hitches. You know how technology just loves to confuse us, and Facebook just wasn't getting into my streaming program, just wasn't playing ball. So yeah, one of those things. So anyway, following on from Sunday when we made that lovely book binding and we did the cover, I did mention about doing a business card holder. Now, I have found the instructions on a file on a computer, but the printer's not playing ball. So it's a good day today. So I do know it's there, and I can get it printed off, saved it, and I can get that out to anybody who would like. I'll find a way to get it onto my Facebook page. So there's a link for you, or you can message me if not, and I can email it to you. Okay, we can get it to you, but I'm going to give you the measurements as we go. So I've been out today. I haven't had time to make another one up, but I'll get you down onto the table and we'll walk through. So I've put a message on Facebook, so I hope that Facebook people will come over. The comments might be a bit light today because of that, because people going on Facebook, so they might come across a little bit later. Okay, so what we're going to start with, a piece of the grey mount board. Now, this is what I used on Sunday. I'm just going to take this out of the way for a sec because I'm going to need to cut this, and I've got a self-heal mat under here. Okay, so anybody who does join me a little bit later will be able to catch up with the measurements on replay. Okay, so not too concerned about that. So the mount board here in centimetres, guys, needs to be 10 by 6. And I'm going to do the same as I did the other night, and I'm going to mark the mount board up. I'm going to bring you in a sec, a little bit more. There we go. So just tilt that so you're a little bit squarer. There we go. Carol's found me. Well done. That's a good sign, Carol. Thank you. I'm just starting, just to explain the technology issues tonight. So I'm going to take the 10 centimetres this way. I'm marking it in pen, again, because nobody's going to see it. So you're just marking a line there, and I'm going to run my knife blade. I have to put it at an angle because that's just the way that I cut out. So I've got a metal edged ruler here, and I'm going to cut between those two lines there. We're going to start off with 10 by 6. This is going to be for a standard size business card. Now, I don't make this size anymore. Well, I do still make them, but I don't use this size anymore. Where have I put them? I had mine here. So this is my size. It's actually 1/4 of a sheet of A4 now, and it's got all my contact details on the back here, including my lives. They will be printed on the next run. So this is my size, so it's a bit bigger. But I do have one of my team members here, and this is Helen's. So this is her card, and this is the standard size that we're making this for. Okay. So hi Jane, you've managed to find me. So this is for business cards. So this could be good for Tara. Don't worry too much about taking the measurements down, because I do have a document ready. It's just a case of getting off the file where it is and uploaded to be able to send to you. Okay, there won't be millions of you, I'm sure, but yeah, if you send me a private message or put it in the comments, I need your email address just to be able to cut and paste that in. So we're starting off with this, and I'll write it on here. This is the base, and it's going to be 10 by 6 centimetres. Okay, now nobody's going to see that, so the writing on there, so it's 10 by 6. This is for the people watching on replay. Okay, now we need to choose some DSP to cover it. So I'm going to use the papers that I had out the other night, I think. I'm just going to flick through these and try and find a fairly small pattern, but a neutralish one that's kind of not going to be offensive to anybody. If necessary, I'll come back to flowers because they kind of go with everything. Just flick, 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 flick. These are some busy designs in here, though. That's the only trouble. The daisies are quite nice, but they're quite big. You won't see much of the pattern because it's going to be quite shallow, so it needs to be that smaller print. I think I'm going to go with one of these at the front here. See, I've got these ones here I've used. They're quite pretty. The pinky one. There's scraps in here, though. I've got that one, but it's got the yellow on the back. It doesn't really matter. It won't matter, actually. It can still be that, but it's You'd rather have it all over. Just see if there's anything in here. No. So what we have in here, we don't need much of it. So this one would be quite a nice one to do. There's a couple of pieces in there. That'll be fine. So I'm going to use that. No, I didn't use that one the other night. That's okay. We are doing something a little bit different. So those papers, by the way, sorry, they are delightfully eclectic, and they are in the annual catalogue. Hi, Shaz, you managed to find me. Little madam was in here early and, yeah, making quite a din. So, yeah. But she's gone off with a tail between her legs. So this is the 10 by 6 for the base, and we're going to cover this first. And so we're going to cover it with papers. And just bear with me a sec. I'll just get that up. Where did I have that? I did have this up on here. It would help if I get this back up on the screen. It's in a team page, so that's why. Oh, it won't let me do that because I'm back in my own page. There we go. Just going to go up here. Technology, hey, has thrown me out. The idea was to have this all printed off. It's a really cute little box, and it's recycling again, and you know how I love recycling. That I put the picture up of it on the graphic to start the top of the page. There we go. There it is, sitting there. Click, 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 and then we have it. Okay, so I can make that bigger. I can't transfer this screen onto the streaming device, unfortunately. But basically what we're going to do, we're going to cover this piece of card. So the measurements for this are going to be 12 by 8. And somewhere I just grabbed a little trimmer. The trimmer is here, look, under my head. So 12 by 8. So I'm going to take it 12 this way along, which we're going to have to mark that with a pencil because this little mini trimmer. I said I've been out today, I haven't unpacked, so you are seeing me as I am. So 12 this way, little line, and then we can chop it. Okay, so that's there. That should be 12. It's a fraction over 12, but it doesn't really matter because like we did the other day, we did the covered notebook. That was all book binding. So we're going to pop this in the centre here like so. We're going to do the same kind of process. Yeah, Shaz, I don't know why. I really don't understand why. The only thing I did do the other day, it wasn't today, and I've been on Facebook. For some reason, it's making me log in and it's not accepting my password. I'm not overly concerned because the other day I logged out of all devices because I thought of being hacked, but I wasn't. So it's my own fault because I rely on my fingerprint to get in, and the fingerprint obviously isn't up to date. Whilst my fingerprint is, the actual password in there is not the same one as I'm using. So yeah, it sounds strange. So some of you who were on here on Sunday will remember me doing this. We're folding in those corners, and I like to crease these first. Okay, so I know where I'm going, all the way around, all the corners. Okay, so you have that square on into the corner, so it makes a nice straight line. Okay, and you're going to emphasize those right into the corner. I am right-handed, so this way tends to be better for me up in this corner. So fold that over the corner. You're wrapping that corner edge, so there won't be any raw pieces of board poking out. It'll look really nice. Okay, so we're wrapping that corner again. Some of you might not have seen me on Sunday, so that's why I'm just going over this again. And then that's all our 4 corners. Okay, so I'm going to rock this, and just like I did last time, just rock those to start the folds happening. And I need my Tombow, and I'm just going to go a little bit in the corners. Okay, just on there. Glue that one down. Okay, and then the same here. You can put it on the board if it's easier. So stick it on there, press that down. Maybe it's going to ooze out a little bit. This piece of kitchen roll. Just a sec. You can just press that out. And then the next one, here. Maybe I put a bit too much on in my rushing. Okay, so that's that one, and then this one as well. So this is for Jay and I saw today, and Tara's going into a new little business, so she wants to make something like this, and you can, because they aren't costing you money, they're not like the acrylic ones, they're not costing you lots of money, you can afford to make these and leave them everywhere. If they go missing, they go missing, but you've not cost you a lot of money. Just recycling some grey mount board from the papers, the back of the papers. Okay, there. It was technical. Oh, so it's not just me then. Pleased to hear that. It's just, yeah, it's not brilliant. So remember last on Sunday we wrapped these over the edges. So we took that over. I press along this edge to make sure there's no gaps in there, and I really push that down. Okay, and that's what bookbind is all about. So we've got nice neat corners. They're totally enclosed. I will do the opposites tonight just because. A little dot in that triangle, and then along that edge. Fold that over carefully, really tightly. Okay, press it down. You're keeping it nice and tight, and then in the edge as well. Okay, like so. And then the same here. Along here, little dot. Getting smaller now. Okay, so in along that edge, press it down well. There we go, and then the last edge here. So going to come along here, a little tiny dot on those corners, and just wrap that over again, nice and tight, and in there like so. And there we go. Now I had got black, because black, I like a neutral colour. You like the little flowers? Yeah, they are pretty, really pretty. Those are the multiple pack of papers. There's 48 sheets in there. I mentioned it on Sunday's live. You actually get a lot more for your money in that set. But just look at the designs, because a lot of the designs are really, really lovely. There might be some designs in there you don't like, but you have the reverse side as well. So don't forget that. I might bring this back again actually, because I only took that away to cut on the actual mat, okay, when I was going. So that's those two done. Now we're going to have a piece of card to go on here. And because I'm using this paper, I was going to use black as a neutral. But the sides of the box will still be decorated the same. And I think this would still go with black. So let's just put this. I want it to look neutral but still quite classy. Some pieces in here I can use up. Okay, open those up. So that might do some of the other pieces as well. I think that would still look classy, so I am going to cut that backing on there. This is going to be your base, so this is what it's going to sit on. You're just neatening up these edges, and the cover to cover that is going to be 9.5 by 5.5. Okay, I jotted those down quickly from the screen. So 9.5 by 5.5. Sorry, overseas folk, this is all in centimetres again. If you want inches, I'm sure I could translate it for you. Just let me know. That depends on what size business cards you've got over there. I will make one at some point. I'm not making any promises, but I will make one in the size for my quarter size of A4. I will make some for those. And then if anybody's got that size, or any leaflets, any things you want to make a holder for, you might be able to give them as gifts to people as well. Okay, so there we go. That's our base, and that's what it's going to stand on. So now we're looking at making a little box. Okay, the little box is going to sit in there with the business cards in it. So I need this piece to be 14 by 10. So I need a bit of a rectangle on this one. I don't know where my trimmer is. I haven't left anything in the car, I don't think. But anyway, we're going to go 10 centimetres this way. This is more than enough for 14. So 10 that way. Okay, and it's just the 14 I'm going to have to measure. And if I use my grid paper on here, when you're working with dark cards, it's better to use a pencil, because the pencil is going to be, the lead you're going to be able to see. So that's my 14 mark. Carry that line up there, that is there. So like I say, on a black sheet, sorry, just off the screen there, aren't you? On a black piece, you can see the little pencil marks on there quite clearly. Okay, so black or navy, use a pencil. Better still if you've got a white lead, that works well as well. Now you know, it's looking under the table. I'm going to have to run and get my trimmer because I need to score now. So bear with me. It's the other side of the table under the desk. So I'm going to score all the way around here. All four sides are going to be at 2.5 centimetres. This is to make a little bottom of a box really. So 2.5, and I'm using it on this side of my trimmer. Okay, I don't need the ruler anymore, get that out of your way. So I do it on this side of the ruler because I've got a big piece here to hold. If you try and put 2.5 on this side, shut this, you've hardly got, it's hard to get hold of it. Okay, I hope you understand that. And then this side, you've got 3.5 centimetres or 1.5 inches you can do on the right hand side. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's the half. Okay, so that's going to go on there. And 2.5 on this one. This is the depth of your box. Yeah, it'll be good for Jane. And if you, for Tara, Jane, and if you want, she can make her own business cards as well. She can make from little scraps. And I used to do that and then put a sticky label on the back, really nice, tastefully done. So I can help her with that if she needs. Okay, so that's burnished all four sides. So we are just making a traditional box. So I have glasses on, scissors in hand, and I'm going to snip straight up these sides. Oh, these are so sticky. So sticky. Hang on a sec, I'm not using those. I took some with me today, so I will use those. Trouble is when you cut tape and sticky things, it gets on your blades, and I hadn't noticed they were so bad. So I'm going to snip that straight up to the point. Okay, straight up to that line coming across on both opposite sides. Okay, there, and then turn it around, and there, and there. Okay, so as I always do with my boxes, I say poke the middle flap underneath, then these pieces here, you're going to taper. So taper the tabs is my pet phrase. You're going to slice this one out a little bit, and you're going to slice that one out a little bit. Okay, and then you're left with a narrowing piece, and it looks like a flower pot. So remember Sandra's flower pots. Okay, that was once said to me a long while ago, and I can't remember who said that. It looks like a flower pot, and I said, well, that's a good one to stick with. So there we go. So that's that side, and now I'm going to do the same here. Turn the middle piece out of the way so you can't cut it. Taper this one inside a little bit and go to that outside corner. The same there. So it's making a flower pot shape. A little piece there and a little piece there. Okay, because it's kept these pieces straight, you will have a lovely looking box on the outside. Okay, so now we turn it over and we're going to build it. So we're going to bring those flaps in on the ends. These pieces here will support the side of your box because it's a long length, so it's going to be double whammy on those two ends. So we're going to put the adhesive on here. Okay, and on here. I tend to do the same side at the same time. So if you bring those two in, hold those corners together, and I could just bring it up and show you that those corners are perfectly straight. Okay, and that one is perfectly straight. It will be. Okay, I might need to put my glasses down again. So those two edges, I'm just going to press on those from the inside. And it's easier doing both together. If you stick one down, it's hard to get in there to put your adhesive on. Okay, so by doing them both together, when I've done two, this way is easier just to put the adhesive on these two flaps. There, and just close that up. Okay, and again, I'll just hold that one together there check that one there with my glasses down. Because it's black, it's harder to see. Okay, press that down. So we've got a nice little, basically it's half of a box. Okay, you can make a box any size for anything. Okay, and that's going to be one of my classes I'll actually do on here, is to show you how to go about finding the measurements. The grid paper works really, really well. Okay, I'm going to adhere this down. So this is going to go into, just waking up that screen again. This is going to go into the middle there. So I've made the box and I'm now going to stick this on the bottom in the middle of that piece of paper. I know it's sad, we're covering up most of it, but you can't really cover a piece of mount board with cardstock. Plain cardstock, it's too thick. The paper will mould nicely and it will look lovely. So all we're doing here is making sure we've got it central. Check all the way around and make sure you're happy with it. Okay, a little bit more to the left. And then what I do here, I take an old Tombow that sits beside me and just press down from the inside. So using the Tombow to press all over. Just keep my hands out of the way a little bit so you can see. That will firm it down nicely. Put some pressure on there. Just make sure you don't slide it as you do it. Okay, so that little piece is done, and there is our base and there is our tray. Nice pretty paper around the sides there. So we're going to put that to one side for a moment. And what I'm going to do is take on the back, I want to cut 2 pieces of card for the backing boards. And I can't remember, I think they're 9.5, yeah, 9.5 square. They should fit inside here. So if in doubt, measure the inside of your box. Oh, that's not 9.5. Come on, glasses. Backboard 9 by 9. There we go. That's my measurement. Yeah, 9 is going to be you want it just on the inside of the 9 centimeters. 9 centimeters is this space we have. We want to have it just going to sit on the inside there. So 9 by 9, 2 pieces. I've got a load of squares here. These were corners of boxes, I think. So let me see if they will match for you. So that'll be perfect. Look, 9 centimeters by 9 centimeters, and the other one 9 centimeters by 9 centimeters. Now we'll keep the trimmer here because I just need to check that that's going to fit in. Okay, to make sure that's going to stand in there. It is very tight and it won't go all the way, so I'm going to take a gnat's whisker off here, just a tiniest little bit, and check again. Smudge, you can push that door. So I'm going to put both of those in. Now we're going to emboss one of them because I want some texture on here. We don't want it plain. So I'm going to put that on the back, and then this one is going to come this side. So actually going to sandwich it over either side of this. Okay, so 2 pieces. So there's the tray. I'm going to have one this side of it and one that side. Okay, but I'm going to emboss one piece first. So bring up the machine. I'm using the exposed brick because it's a beautiful texture to it, and it's got the lovely bricks on there. You kind of want these to be non-seasonal, really. I've cut it as a square backing so that it doesn't matter. Take that out, we don't want that. You don't want it to be seasonal, so you don't want snowflakes on there because you want business cards to be out all year round. Okay, that's kind of just a simple one, really. Let's run that through. So we're only texturising the front of it, the side that's going to be seen. Take that out and pop those all on the floor. Do it then as well. So this lovely texturised piece here, okay, can you see that on there? Lovely bricks on the texture. So we're going to put this on the inside, so we only want to go up to that little piece at the bottom there. So just along this edge. And that's going to go on the inside. So pop that in, press it to the back, nice and firmly. You can turn it on its side and press that in at the bottom just to make sure the glue's taken. And then the other piece is going to come on the outer edge. So we're now going to put those two together. We took a gnat's whisker off one side, so make sure it's square to the other one. Okay, and I'm going to put adhesive all over here. So you'll be able to play this back on replay and then pause it and go and craft along with it if you'd like to make one of these. Okay, so I'm going to pop that up there. Square those corners together, make sure they're all good, and press it all the way down. Can you see that on there? It's gone quiet. Are you all still with me? Okay, I can't lay it evenly on the floor because of that edge, but I can lay it over the edge of my mat just here because I've got the thickness of the mat underneath. Okay, you want to be firm, but you don't want to press out the textured embossing. Okay, so I've gripped it gently with my fingers, and there basically is our business card holder. And I've got, like I said, I've got one of Helen's here. So that is your business card holder, and there you will just lay them in there. Obviously not one on its own, but they will sit in there like so. Okay, they will sit upright, and you can have it. I'll wrap a piece of ribbon around there in a sec. So that's how they will sit, and you've got that width of cards to go in there. You can have a few less and then go slanty. Okay, but you've got that decoration at the top. If you want to put something like "Please take one" at the top there, you could. I'm now going to cut a few pieces of that lovely pretty paper. I have got some ribbon here, just because the pink in that one is the bubble bath. So I'm going to cut some pieces of that. I have some little scraps, so this is going to be quite good actually. So the pieces of Designer Series paper, because this is 9 across here, we want it to be 8.5. Take it down 0.5 centimetre. There's your girl, yeah. I think she's gone away again. She's you heard her at the door. By 2 centimetres. So I want 2 centimetres on this side. Remember, we scored it at 2.5. That's your depth. So 2 centimetres is going to be your piece for the front here. Okay, so that one will go on there. And then the ends, they're shorter. I've written down here they're 4.5 by 2. So look, we could do 4.5 that way. So if I cut this by 2, so we want 4 centimetres. Is that right? Yes, 2 and 2. We'll do 4 centimetres this way, so we've got 2 and 2. Then this way we're going to go down to 4.5. Okay, now I will cut that into 2 centimetres. There we go, and there's our 3 pieces to adhere. So some more adhesive. The tweezers are trying to hide from me, how dare they. So adhesive on the back. We do want to go quite near the edges. We don't want it to ooze out, but we don't want it to be kicking up. So imagine if you've got scraps of Designer Series paper, small pieces of card. There's not really a lot to it. You could churn out them quite quickly and have them everywhere. Get your business scene, get your business cards out everywhere you possibly can. You never know who's going to pick one up. Okay, and of course you could make them in the colours of your business. So if you've got standard business core colours, then you could make them with those. Okay, that's one end. This is the other end. And then this is going to go on here. Now I'm going to give you a little business hint now, because I'm going to say on the back of your little card holder, if somebody was to take the last one, nobody would know how to contact you to restock it. So say this was the last one and someone took the last one, they wouldn't have your details. So what I suggest you doing is put your sticky label on the top, on the back here, and saying, if this container is empty, please phone me on and put your number again to replenish, to fill it up. So you could put a sticker on the back there, and that would be really handy. And then somebody might phone you. You never know. So here's my ribbon, and I'm going to wrap that around the top here. It's kind of looking more feminine, but if you don't have to put a pink coloured ribbon on. Depends on your papers. You can make it masculine as well. And I'm going to cut that off at the length. Okay, take that out. There we go, turn that over. And I'm going to make sure that these are even, but I want the bow over to the side. So I'm going to start with a knot. I will put tape actually. I'm going to put tape across here. We don't want it sliding off. We want it to stay nice and pristine. So I've got some tear and tape. And we want it to be above the height of your business card. So you kind of want it at about that height there. Okay, so about 1 centimetre down. Looking at that for mine at the what? Finish it off, Jane. Okay, so it's going to come around there. I'm going to take this just around the edge actually, just onto the front there. Okay, just a little bit, and I'll put a little bit up. I could have done that both ends. There's a little piece on there. We're going to tie a bow at the front here, but we don't want it to fall off. Okay, so just make sure that it's firm, and because it's raised on here, just make sure it's well pressed down. So I'm taking all of those pieces off. This one's the one running around the back as well. Put that in the bin. So we want to make sure we just get our ends right, so it's going to tie at the front there. Now on this ribbon, one side is shinier than the other, so I'm going to turn that over. Okay, and then lay that on there. When you use double-sided tape, if you had that in the wrong place, you could actually just pull that back. Okay, whilst it's holding it, it's not permanent. You know, you can lift it up and straighten it until you're happy. Okay, bring that round the edge, bring that one round the edge. Okay, and now you're ready to settle your bow. You can put it in the centre or to the left, wherever you want to put it. So I'm going to just do a half knot. Okay, half a knot, and then do the other half of the knot whilst holding the other one in place. Really, really tight. The ribbon, the tape will hold it in place. So I tie that like that. If you want to, you can put a glue dot underneath. You could leave it as a knot. If you can't tie bows or don't like to, you could cut those ends off at a slant, or you could tie it in a little bow. Okay, so that's a bunny's ears around the back, and then come through. And I use my tweezers to pull that back through. Of course she does. So I go in there and pull that piece, pull it through, come back, because I've left the ends quite short here. Okay, there we go. Now, sometimes you will have your bow like that and it won't look straight and it might be upside down. If you ever find you're tying your bow, whichever way you go your loops, and it's upside down, turn your project upside down and tie it again. Okay, which is what I'm doing here. Because obviously that one wanted to go the other way, so I'll take that round there. You'll probably end up with both tails at the front, but just keep going until you're happy with it. I pull the other tab through. I know it's there. Okay, and just play with it until you're happy. Make sure it's all straightened out. Got a feeling I like the other one better. So pull the bow tight, pull the ends gently and loosen it. Okay, and then pull those ends again and just keep going until you're happy with your bow. Okay, I've still got one tail up and one tail down. That's not a problem. Okay, and I like it tight on there. There we go. And have it the right way up and then see if you're happy. You've got one going there, and I'm going to bring this one coming down. Okay, if you can trim it to fit, and if you want to, you can always put a little glue dot, a mini glue dot, underneath the bow to keep it in place. Okay, so with the glue dot, I like to roll them up with my tweezers or my scissor blade, pressing it down on here. I just push it to, can you see that on there? I just get the tweezers, I'm just pushing it along, making a little sausage, Okay, and then I will pop that underneath that bow. Okay, and then press it down on top. As long as it lets go, there we go, press it down and that should stay there. Okay, and there's our little bow in there. Still got a kink in it, but that will be fine. Okay, so there is our little holder. Great bow tip. Hi Joy, nice to see you. I'm just catching up on there. Catching up at the end, you'll have to watch again. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and there's your business cards are going to hide in there like that. So free advertising for one of my team, because I happen to have, that's the only one I've got easily to hand that can show you the sizes of a normal size business card. Like I say, mine's a quarter sheet because I've got all my contact details on the back there. But I will make one for that size because I think these would be good to leave out and about, like I said. I've done them in the past and just leave them in the pub, in a library, anywhere you can just think, oh yeah, I'll just put one of those out. If you feel you need to ask permission, just ask someone. I'm sure they'll be fine. Okay, and you do need to have more than one in a pot. Okay, but I hope you like that. If you wanted to, you could put decoration on the front. You could put something that's poignant to your business. So you could put a little fern. You could put a little. We've got a brilliant set at the moment. I only thought about it now. Is the craft along set with the die cutting machine and bowl, a basket, wool and things like that, and you can die cut all of those elements, even a sewing machine on there. So you could put a piece like that on the front there to make it personal. Okay, I think that'd be really, really good. Okay, so maybe when I do mine, I'll just do a quick recap and I'll just show you that one. Okay, but just find something that's going to coordinate. You don't have to put the ribbon on if you wanted masculine for a husband's business. Yeah, Smudge has gone back. I think she's back in the lounge now, Jane. So yeah, I hope you like that. It's quite quick to do. And again, all it is recycling your grey mount board out of the back of your Designer Series papers. They tend to be the specialty ones, the ones that are foil based, foil ingrained with foil, or the actual foil itself. You get the grey mount board. But I've got loads of it. I have one of the Kallax cubes absolutely full because it just comes in handy. So if anybody is desperate for some and can't get any or hasn't got the right packs of cards to pinch one from, then do let me know. But hopefully you like that. I'll bring the camera back to me. We are now in a new month. Stampin' Up have launched a new kit today. And the name has escaped me. It's something like Far Away Places. It's like there's 3 different cards, three of each of 3. And it is like holiday destinations and getting away. Okay, so I will be putting that up very shortly. Very useful, yeah, absolutely. And it's cheap to make. And like I say, if you put them in a public place, you want people to see them. If they get taken away by the staff or a rival or somebody like that takes them, you are not paying out for acrylic holders or, posh holders, and then you lose them. At the end of the day, it's a piece of card. Just put another one in, okay? Just make another one. Okay, so look forward to making those and sharing them in the thread underneath when I post today. And I will see you again on Sunday. Oh, no, I won't. Okay, this is another one. Sunday. I won't see you on Sunday. I will be live during the day as part of a global inspiration team. I will do a live in here earlier in the day. Because I have somewhere else I will explain to you after the weekend, but I have been offered some tickets to an event for free, so I will be up there supporting a cause, and yeah, I'll tell you all about it on the next one. Okay, so bye for now, and I will see you some point during the day on Sunday. I will go live, but it won't be in the evening. Okay. And if you're a customer of mine, you will find me in the Global Inspiration Stamp team. Joy's on here. Joy's one of the presenters as well. There's 10 of us, and we are presenting a 12 Days of Christmas now. So my day is day 12, so that'll be the 12th. Oh, this week is the 5th. That's right. The 5th is the concert. And then the 12th, I will be on all day. I'll popping in with different things. Okay, so take care and try and keep dry tomorrow in the UK. There's more storms and lots of water, lots of rain. So take care of those floods, and don't drive through any water that you shouldn't, that looks too deep. Okay, because your car will not like it. Okay, so take care, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.